Ma'am, can I start?
Yes, yes.
Please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is K. Manisha. I am studying BBA BA third year Business Analytics in Geetham Institute of Management, and my topic is Information and Broadcasting.
Your video is not visible.
So my cam is not there, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem. Sure. Camera
History
is
of, ma'am,
yeah. Please continue.
Continue.
Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, about the ministry. About the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting is one among the early ministries set up after India's independence, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was India's first minister for information and broadcasting. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting is one of the vital ministries that represent the face of the government in reacting out to the masses. The Ministry of is entrusted with the task of disseminating information about government policies, schemes, programs through different medium of mass communication that covers radio, television, press, social media, printed publicity like booklets, posters, outdoor publicity, including throughout traditional modes of communication, such as dance, drama, folk, recitals, etc. About the ministry. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting is functionally organized into three wings: Information Wing, Broadcasting Wing, and Film Wing. The Information Wing is in charge of presentation and interpretation of the policies and activities of the Government of India through the medium of print, electronic, and digital media. Framing of policies, guidelines for fixed rate fixation on government advertisements on print, electronic, and online platforms. Broadcasting Wing. The Broadcasting Wing, by administering the Prasar Bharati, that takes care of all affairs of All India Radio and Doordarshan, including matters related to development of radio and television. The Film Wing. The Film Wing of the Ministry administers the Cinematograph Act 1952, which looks into the certification of films for public exhibition, import, and films for theoretical and non-theoretical viewing. These are the attached subordinate organizations, autonomous organizations, and statutory bodies and public sector undertakings under this ministry. The vision and mission. The vision: create an enabling environment for sustained growth of media and entertainment sector, facilitate value-based wholesome entertainment, and effectively disseminate information on government policies, programs, and achievements. Mission: to effectively disseminate information on the policies, programs, and achievements of government while ensuring the flow of information to the public and safeguarding freedom of press and media in general. This is the list of ministers who served in this ministry. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was the first Minister of Information and Broadcasting. Right from independence, these are the ministers who served in this ministry. Prakash Javadekar was present Minister of Information and Broadcasting. Major organizations under I&B ministry. Coming to Press Information Bureau, the PIB is nodal agency of Government of India to disseminate information to the print and electronic media on government policies, programs, initiatives, and achievements. Bureau of Outreach and Communication. Its main aim is branding the Government of India as prime facilitator of people's empowerment and positioning and messaging the same through audio visuals, print and audio visual. Coming to Publications Division, the third one is about Publications Division. Publications Division is a repository of books and journals highlighting subject of national importance and India's rich heritage and culture. It was established in 1941. Coming to journals, beside books, the Publications Division also publishes 17 monthly journals, which include Yojana in English, Hindi, and 11 other languages, Kurukshetra in English and Hindi, and 15 other monthly journals. Fourth one, Registrar of Newspaper for India. The Office of Registrar of Newspaper of India is more popularly known as RNI, came into being from 1st July 1956 on the recommendations of the first Press Commission in 1953 and amending the Press and Registration of Books Act in 1867. It includes statutory and non-statutory functions. So if anyone wants to start a new newspaper, should get registered under this code. Fifth, Central Board of Film Certification. It is a statutory body under Ministry of I&B regulating the public exhibition of film under the provisions of Cinematograph Act 1952. Films can be publicly exhibited in India only after having certified under the Board of Film Certification. It namely gives 4 certificates based on the content. Films Division. The Films Division is headquartered at Mumbai. It was established in 1948 by Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, primarily to produce documentaries and new magazines for publicity of government programs and cinematic records of Indian history for over 67 years. This films division has produced more than 8,000 documentaries, short films, animation films, and new magazines on themes ranging from agriculture to art, architecture, from industry to international scenes, and from food to festivals, from healthcare to housing, and from sports to science and technology. Directorate of Films Festivals. The Directorate of Films Festivals, DFF, was set up under this ministry in 1973 with the objective of promoting of Indian films and cultural exchange through organization of various events in the country and participation in various international film festivals abroad. Electronic Media Monitoring Center, EMMC. Ministry of I&B established Electronic Media Monitoring Center started in 2008 with the aim to having effective monitoring of content of various TV channels over Indian territory, which are beaming over Indian territory for violation of any program code, advertisement code, etc. So it's a watchdog which keeps an eye on the electronic media. National Film Archives of India. It was set up in 1964 with the primary objectives of acquiring and preserving Indian cinematic heritage. It includes preservation of films and non-film material. Coming to autonomous organizations, the Act grants Prasar Bharati. The Act grants autonomy to All India Radio and Doordarshan, both which are under Government of India. All India Radio, officially known as Akashvani, which means Voice from Sky, is a national public radio broadcaster of India. All India Radio is the largest network in the world in terms of number of languages broadcasted and spectrum of socio-economic and cultural diversity it serves. It have the drama section, it holds the drama section, the FM section and national service, and it is also home to the Indian television station Doordarshan. It is an autonomous public service board broadcaster founded by Government of India, owned by Information and Broadcasting, and one of the Prasar Bharati's 2 divisions. Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute of India. It was established in 1995 by Government of India as an autonomous academic institution under this ministry. The institute provides higher and professional education and technical expertise in the area, the art and technique of filmmaking and television production. Indian Institute of Mass Communication. The Indian Institute of Mass Communication, New Delhi, is an autonomous institution. It is supported by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting of GOI. It offers diploma course in development journalism and even postgraduate diploma along with specialization course. Coming to the statutory bodies, the Press Council of India. It is a statutory organization in India which is formed in 1966. It is a self-regulatory watchdog of the press. So this is about PIB, Press Information Bureau. Bureau of Outreach and Communication. So when you open these portals, this is how it looks. The organization structure, Central Board of Film Certification, about the certificates issued under this board. Publications division, film wing, about information wing. That's all, ma'am.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Manisha,
Manisha, you have done very well.
very well.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you prepare your own notes based on this. That would be better. You've gone to the Google mapping and you've taken down all the information. It is also important. I give you a small suggestion. The main instruments in INB, there are two. One is information, another is broadcasting. The information is print media and broadcasting media. In the Information Act, all the newspapers and Newspaper of India, which you have just mentioned, we have to start a newspaper, either it is a weekly, monthly, or fortnightly. You have to take the permission of the Register of Newspaper of India. Accordingly, they will give you the newsprint quota also. They will give you the advertisements also. There is a board called DAVP, Directorate of Audio Visual Publicity, Advertising and Visual Publicity. And most important thing which you, the students of civils, you have to keep in mind, one is Yojana published by Publication Division. It is a monthly. It is published in several languages. Mostly civil students, aspirants, they purchase Yojana English one. And there is one Telugu also. Employment news also is more important thing which the Publication Division brings. Another thing is India 2021. How many of you have purchased that book? It is more important. It costs about 120 or whatever it is, but it gives you a lot of information. So you please purchase it at least by next month.
Okay, sir.
The old news items, it gives you the year-wise thing, and what are the major things happened during the last 40 years. So all of you should purchase either this India 2021 published by Publication Division or Manorama yearbook, whichever is convenient to you and whichever is available to you, you purchase it. That is more important. Another thing you have mentioned is about All India Radio. It is now under the umbrella of Prasar Bharati. Prasar Bharati and Doordarshan, they are under the structure of one umbrella, that is Prasar Bharati. The CEO, present CEO is an Andhra gentleman, Shashi Shekhar Vempati. And so far, there are about 4 ministers who worked in this information and broadcasting. One was Bezwada Gopal Reddy. He was there during 62, 63. And then Upendra, he was there during 88. And then Jaypal Reddy 2 times. And Fakai Naidu was also there as INB Ministry, along with urban development also. So these are the landmark instructions in this INB. Another thing which you have to keep in mind is the importance of FM radios. Nowadays, most of the radio sets are not available. So we go for FM radio broadcasting. Even in car also, the FM radios are out there. And the ministry has taken a decision to give license for the private agencies also. Radio Mirchi and all these things, they are private agencies. Even in Hyderabad, Bengaluru, or whatever it is, you have a separate private institutions also. They are giving a lot of entertainment. The main intention of All India radios to entertain, to educate, and inform. These are the main ingredients of All India Radio. All India Radio news is most authentic. Even 9 o'clock bulletin, the civil aspirants, they listen, and they give you at 9:15 also the importance of that particular day. They will have a discussion. Every Sunday they broadcast a discussion also. These are the major activities of INB Ministry. Manisha, you have done very well.
Thank you,
has
sir.
been associated with All India Radio and Doordarshan for more than 4 decades.
Yeah.
From 77.
75.
75.
75. Joined in 75.
75. 45 years.
Yeah, 45 years.
Yeah. Manisha, very well done, Manisha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, very nice. Now we'll have Padma. Padma with health and family welfare.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
my name is Padma. Today I'll discuss on health and welfare, Ministry of Health and Welfare. Uh, Please don't mind, I have a little cough. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is an Indian government ministry charged with health policy in India. It is also responsible for relating to the family planning in India. This, excuse me, I'm really sorry. So the vision of this is to attainment of highest possible level of health and well-being for each individual person through preventive and promotive healthcare and the universal access to the good quality health services without having any financial issues. This is the main vision of this health and family welfare ministry. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't prepare any PPT. I'm just going through the informal step
Continue.
which I have. Okay. So this is an instrumental and responsible for implementation of various programs which are related to the health and family welfare, prevention and control of major communicable diseases, pandemic diseases, and promotion of traditional and indigenous systems of medicines. So all the drugs which we are consuming. It also assists states in preventing and controlling of spread of seasonal diseases and epidemics through the technical assistance. The ministry comprises of mainly 4 departments. Those are like Department of Health and Family Welfare, Department of Ayush, Department of Health Research, and Department of AIDS Control. So the Directorate General of Health Services is attached with the Department of Health and Family Welfare. It has subordinate offices also spread over the country. The DJHS renders technical advice on all medical and public health matters and is involved in the implementation of various health schemes. Uh, we have a Indian Red Cross Society, which is the largest independent human rights organization of India. It is a huge family of volunteers, around 13 million. We excuse me. This country has a well-structured 3-tier public health infrastructure comprising of community health centers, primary health centers, and sub-centers spread across the rural and semi-urban areas. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare is responsible for ensuring safe food to the consumers. Okay, there are some policies for this food consumption. Some of the policies, the Food and Safety Standards Act 2006, which has a new law and excuse me, encompassing the domains of various food-related laws in the country. The Department of Health and Family Welfare is administrating the various programs and schemes that are enacted various legislations on the health sector. Some are cancer control program, mental health program, emergency facilities of state hospitals located on national highways. There are some others also. I'm just going briefly. Okay. Central government health scheme is there, which is providing healthcare for serving the central government employees and their department family members, like state government health scheme is also there. Excuse me.
I think
And
so.
Pradhan
You
Mantri-
can stop. Otherwise, yeah, if you are not able to do it, you can stop. Yeah. Take care of your health.
No problem. I'll just continue for 2 to
Yeah.
3 minutes,
Please,
not more than that.
please.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to finish with the 2 to 3 items.
Okay. Okay.
I don't go very informatively. I just go through briefly.
Yes.
The Health and Family Welfare Program is being implemented through primary healthcare system. So in rural areas, primary healthcare services are provided through a network of sub-centers, primary health centers, and community health centers. Okay, there are almost, I'm not going through the numbers. Okay. There are some child health programs also. In 1952, India launched the world's first national program emphasizing of family planning to the extent necessary for reducing birth rates to stabilize the population at a level consistent with the requirement of national economy. This is very important act because till that, I mean, the Indian population is very large. After this act, this has involved, and the program is currently being repositioned to not only achieve population stabilization, but also to promote the reproductive health and reduce mental, infant, child mortality and morbidity. Because after this act, even I have seen in my own village, I mean, the population is very, I mean, it is limited. It's not like, I mean, having less, I mean, there is a logo, I didn't remember that right now. Chinna Kutumbam, Chintaleni Kutumbam. There is a logo in Telugu. I studied in my schooling. Okay, so this was introduced to know that the villages also, because in general in urban areas, like in the Muslims family, I mean, I'm not mentioning it as a regional wise, because they treat it as a sin. So that after this act, and many of the people as I mean, at least understand that what is the impact if the population is increased. So I really believe that this helped a lot. And there are some schemes on Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, and homeopathy also. So I'm not going in detail. And this also takes care of medical education. Various statutory medical councils have been established by the Act of Parliament with main objective to regulate the medical education at undergraduate and postgraduate level. So we have many councils like Medical Council of India, Dental Council of India, Central Council of Indian Medicine. So these are these are controlling the education system. I mean, not controlling, like, I mean, developing the education system in the medical sciences also. We have AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So it was established in 96 by an act of Parliament. There is Central Bureau of Health Intelligence, almost. I'm really sorry. Okay, right now, we are facing a pandemic issue, COVID-19. Even this is taking care of pandemic precautions and all the things. Right now, it is really working on the vaccine procedures. So almost all the vaccines from the different institutions are under stage 3 right now. So once all are cleared, I think it is going to provide vaccination, depends on the priority level, like mainly the workers, healthcare workers, and the systems. Then the senior people, then kids. I'm assuming that it will be in a priority based. So I just conclude with that. I'm really sorry, I'm not being well, so I didn't
No
prepare
problem.
a slides.
Thank you. It was nice of you.
Very nice.
Can you expand the Ayush? What is Ayush?
Sir, I didn't go in detail, sir.
AYUSH. Anybody in the group? There is a ministry in the health department. AYUS Ayush. Anybody in the group?
It's a Ayurvedic and Unani products.
No, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Homeopathy. There are 5 departments: Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. There are 5 indigenous streams. All are called as indigenous ministry. It is known as Ayush, and it is part of the health ministry. Who is the health minister now?
Harshavardhan.
Huh?
Harshavardhan garu.
Who?
Harshavardhan.
Yeah, Harshavardhan. Harshavardhan is the minister. Earlier, he was chief minister of Delhi, and later he became health minister during this second regime. And the important thing which all of you have to note down is the 3.6% GDP is spent on health. That is more important. Another thing is this 2020-21, government has allocated 6,900 crores for health ministry. 6,900 crores. And it is 5.7% of the total budget. So Indian government is not able to spend more than 6% in its budget because its priorities are different. it first gives to defense, and then urban development and rural development, all the things. And finally, the lowest is HRD, the education department, and health also. That's why most of the people, the protagonists, they are asking for public health. There is no public health at all because there is no concern regarding the public health. We doesn't keep our surroundings very well. See, Swachh Bharat also is part of the health ministry, and it comes under urban development ministry also. Then there are several national health schemes. You have to note down all the national health schemes. And in the health ministry, there are two departments. One is health and another is family welfare. Earlier, it used to be called as family planning, and later they merged it into family welfare. And the public health is more important. Public health comes under the purview of central government, and even the state government also. It is a combined subject. Both of them deal with the health also. Another important thing is they are now promoting AIIMS, All India Medical Institutes. All India medical institutions are there in several departments. Earlier it was only in Delhi. Now they have instituted in Andhra and other places also. They are serving the country. Particularly this COVID, this has become a pandemic, and India was able to withstand this onslaught, and the mortality rate till now is only 1.5 lakhs compared to the other nations. When United Nations and others, they have gone up to 10 lakhs. Our country with 130 crores of population, even now we have only the mortality rate of 1.5 crores, 1.5 lakhs, sorry. So all these things come under the health ministry. Health ministry is more important nowadays because of this COVID and pandemic. So all the people you have done very well. Madam, can you tell the